Zimbabwean girl, but I grew up in South Africa, and I'm currently at my family home in Cast in order to talk about my directorial debut, a documentary called Forgotten: The Human Cost of Homelessness. About the documentary focuses on a select group of homeless people in Silverton in Pretoria, but deals with issues that are faced by these homeless people all over the world. The documentary's aim is to foster empathy for the homeless populations of the world. I find that many times, or these days, people have become so desensitized to the issue of homelessness, so much.
When a tanker bearing fuel falls or an underground pipe bearing fuel bursts, what do? Scooping fuel in your bucket or running far away from impending fire?
Good evening and welcome to the broadcast of News at 9 p.m. on Psalm TV, the pulse of the nation. You can also follow us on Facebook at Psalm TV and on YouTube at Psalm TV Live. Now the major headlines. On national news, Elon Musk has emerged richest on earth again with $423 billion fortune. Borno bus stop blasts claim lives as investigations are ongoing. ECOWAS hosts women's empowerment retreat in Nigeria as Katsina governor mourns the death of Kano athletes and Niger float victims as he calls for disaster preparedness. International news. Ngugi Thiong'o dies at 87, leaves lasting legacy in African literature. Business news. Zuckerberg and his wife Chan sell San Francisco home for $31 million in top property deal of 2025. Entertainment news. Prophet Odumeje declares presidential ambition, says mission is divine, as report says Abuja comedian Sarkin Daria is set to host multiple comedy shows for Salah. Sport news. Basketball star Oswin donates 1 million naira to Benin school, honored by Benin Crown Prince. I'm Bridget James, and now the news in full. Elon Musk is once again the richest person in the world, with a fortune now estimated at $423 billion. This is according to the latest report from Faber's release on June 1st, 2025. His wealth jumped by $36 billion in May alone, thanks to a sharp rise in Tesla's stock price after news broke about his upcoming robot taxi and his decision to leave a top government advisory role. In second place is Mark Zuckerberg, whose wealth has grown to $224 billion, pushing Jeff Bezos to third place with $220 billion. Larry Ellison followed in fourth with $206 billion, while Warren Buffett is fifth with $158 billion. French luxury goods boost Bernard Arnault is in sixth place with $144 billion. Google's co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin are next with $142 billion and $136 billion respectively. Former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer takes the ninth spot with $133 billion, just ahead of Spanish fashion mogul Amancio, who has $124 billion, Altogether, the top 10 richest people in the world are now worth about $1,900 billion, an increase of $140 billion in just 1 month, mainly driven by a strong gain in tech company shares. A bomb explosion at a bus stop in Borno State on June 1, 2025, resulted in multiple deaths. Authorities have not confirmed the number of casualties. The incident, suspected to be linked to insurgent activities, has raised renewed security concern. Governor Babagana Zulum offered condolences and pledged support to victims' families, while security forces launched an investigation. ECOWAS held a 2-day Women's Empowerment Retreat in Nigeria to mark its 50th anniversary and celebrate International Women's Day. The event brought together female staff for leadership training, team building, and discussions on overcoming barriers to gender equality and promoting financial independence. Speakers emphasized authentic leadership and empowerment, highlighting gender equality as key part of ECOWAS' vision 2050 development goals. Katsina State Governor Malam Diko Umaru Rada has expressed deep sorrow over the tragic road accident in Kano State that killed 22 young athletes returning from National Sport Fiesta in Abeokuta. He also extended condolences to the government and people of Niger State following devastating floods in Mokwa. In a statement, Governor Rada described both incidents as heartbreaking losses for the affected communities and Nigeria at large. He offered prayers for the deceased and comfort for the bereaved families, while urging improved flood management and disaster preparedness across northern Nigeria as the rainy season intensifies. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu praised President Tinubu's first 2 years in office for bold reform and economic recovery efforts. He highlighted key policies such as fuel subsidy removal, Naira unification, infrastructure project, and social support scheme. Sanwo-Olu noted increased government revenue, improved investor confidence, and local government autonomy as major gains. While acknowledging ongoing security issues, he expressed optimism and urged Nigerians to stay patient, describing the nation's progress as steady and hopeful. The Ndumyaji community in Sardauna local government area of Taraba State recently hosted a transformative summit aimed at championing the growth and development of its youth held in Jalingo. The summit theme, self-discovery, identifying potentials of Buinkum youths, educationally, economically, and politically, provided a platform for young people to explore their capabilities and chart a path towards success. Some TV correspondents complete the report.
In Sardauna local government area of Taraba State recently hosted a transformative summit aimed at championing the growth and development of its youth. Held in Jalingo, the summit themed self-discovery, identify potentials of Buinkum youth, educationally, economically, and politically, provided a platform for young people to explore their capabilities and chart a path towards success. The summit focused on empowering youth to discover their strengths and potentials in key areas including education, economics, and politics. Through interactive sessions and expert insights, participants gained valuable knowledge and skills to enhance their personal and professional development. Comrade Philip Emmanuel, Chairman Summit Committee, welcomed the guests for gracing the occasion and mentioned that the summit was timely to help youth in discovering themselves. The guest speaker, Barrister Kings Nkum James, stressed the need for youth to participate in politics and that politics is a fundamental part of our existence. He further opined that youth should imbibe leadership skills to prepare them ahead of any position they may occupy in the future.
Youth have been taken and carried along, given the pride of place to lead. Since our elders, I will say, are tired, and the future is youth o'clock, and so we must take our place in the grand scheme of things. We must take over the mantle of leadership, not just to take it, but to lead right. So I really congratulate all those our brothers and sisters who are here and those who are not here, but who are youth at heart, to the mantle of leadership to pioneer or rather pilot the affairs of this state.
In a speech on skill acquisition, Comrade Chris Benjamin Akum admonished young people to acquire skills that will make them relevant in this present dispensation. He narrated a scenario where he was able to utilize his technical skills to solve a problem that earned him some amount of money sometimes ago, and further pleaded with them to use the opportunity they have now to their advantage.
That's our youth today. We are discussing on business and entrepreneur summit here. But while we are looking at skill, I decided to come up with skill acquisition because I discovered that in our youth, many of them today, they lack the technical know-how to perform the task. And I would like to also encourage our parents. It is not only by sending our children to the school to learn in the classroom. We should also send them out there for them to learn one or two skills.
Another speaker, Comrade Joshua Samuel, who spoke on entrepreneurship, revealed that youth should start little and grow big. He allayed their fears of failure, preparing their minds on how to tackle failure. He also revealed to them to identify the need in any community they find themselves and profile solutions which will enable them make money.
The secret behind entrepreneurship. What exactly is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is solving problems and creating value. Solving problems and creating value.
The last speaker, Engineer Victor Game Nyangvo, spoke on the aspect of education, stating that youth should select the proper course of study and not be influenced by parents or peers. He went ahead to speak to them about mentorship, citing its significance in one's academic journey. By bringing together youths from the community, the summit fostered a sense of unity and purpose, equipping them with the tools necessary to drive positive change and progress in their society. Moses Peter, reporting for Some TV.
APC chieftain in Osun, Brigadier General Basir Adewimbi, retired, accused opposition parties of orchestrating rising insecurity to discredit President Tinubu. He said the government is addressing the issue through security meeting and plans to deploy technology like drones during a visit from APC national women leader, Mary Alele. She advocated for female deputy governor in Osun for the 2026 election and pledged continued support for women in governance. Ogun State Governor Dapo Biodun has sent a delegation to Kano State to condole with the government and families affected by the recent tragedy involving athletes and officials returning from the National Sport Festival, Gateway Games 2024. Led by Deputy Governor Noimot Salako Oyedele, the delegation delivered 1 million naira each to the families of the 31 victims, totaling 31 million naira in support. The Kano State Deputy Governor Aminu Abdusalam Gwazo expressed gratitude and confirmed that Governor Abiodun had earlier called to offer his condolences. Governor Uba Sani of Kaduna State has urged political activists to lead with integrity and prioritize the welfare and security of citizens. Speaking at the launch of Honorable Abdul Oro book Demonstrations of Grace, Struggle and Transition to Democracy, the governor, represented by Professor Bello Ayuba, called on activists to defend democracy and hold public office holders accountable. He emphasized that despite its flaws, constitutional democracy is vital for Nigerians' unity and development. Governor Sani praised Oro's contribution to journalism, human rights, and politics, describing the book as a valuable addition to Nigerians' democratic discourse. Chief Dr. Kazim Adesina and his wife, Chief Mrs. Victoria Olasupo, were conferred with honorary chieftaincy titles by the Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Owolabi Olakunlehin. Speaking after the ceremony, Abidi Kugu called on the federal government and National Assembly to grant constitutional roles to traditional rulers, particularly in security matters, arguing that their proximity to local communities positioned them to effectively address emerging threats. He emphasized that involving monarchs in governance would help reduce insecurity and improve national development. The Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has attributed to the recent water shortage in Abuja and surrounding areas to ongoing rehabilitations at the two of the city's 4 water treatment plants. According to a statement by his aide, water supply will be rationed for 2 weeks while work continues. Wike assured residents that the repairs aim to improve long-term service delivery and said the affected plants will temporarily resume operations during the Salah celebration. He urged residents to store water and noted that contractors are working to complete the rehabilitation ahead of schedule. Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Emomotimi Guwo, has reaffirmed the Assembly's commitment to using effective communication to engage citizens and promote transparency. Speaking through his chief's press secretary during the 59th World Communication Day celebration in Asaba, Guwo emphasized that communication fosters unity and accountability. He appreciated journalists and media professionals for their role in shaping public discourse and expressed hope that the occasion will inspire more hopeful and ethical communication. A message from Pope Francis reads at the event urged communicators to reject fear and division and instead promote hope, empathy, and dialogue. The Anambra State government has called for a peaceful resolution to the ongoing dispute between NAFDAC and traders at the Ogbu Drug Market in Onitsha. The market was shut down by NAFDAC on February 15, 2025, following the seizure of fake drugs valued at 1 trillion naira. The traders under the United Nigeria Group have accused the agency of imposing a 700 naira fine per shop and have taken the matter to court, while NAFDAC insists its actions were lawful. The State Commissioner for Information, Lo Mikwo, urged both parties to cooperate and resolve the matter. He revealed that most shops have reopened and announced plans to relocate the market to a new drug hub in Oba. APC stakeholders from Das, Tafawa, Balewa, Bogoro Federal Constituency in Bauchi State have commended President Bola Tinubu for establishing the National Credit Guarantee Company and appointing former House of Representatives Speaker Yakubu Dogara as its board chairman. They described the move as timely and reflective of Dogara's loyalty and contribution to national development. The group expressed confidence in the ability to derive the agency's mission to improve credit access for SMEs and the middle class. They also pressed Tinubu's broader economic reform and inclusive governance in a related appointment. Tinubu named Yazid Shehu Danfulani as MD and CEO of the Nigerian Agricultural Insurance Corporation. Governor Ahmed of Sokoto State has approved the early payments of June salaries to state and local government workers, including local government education authority staffs and pensioners, to help them prepare for Eid al-Kabir. The directive, announced by his press secretary, Malam Abubakar Bawa, was issued while the governor is on Hajj in Saudi Arabia. This marks the third time the administration has disbursed salaries ahead of a major holiday. Aliyu urged workers to show dedication in return and assured continued support through labor-friendly policies, including implementation of the 70,000 naira minimum wage. The Kwara State Police commanders denied involvement in the deadly incident at Adeta Runabout, Ilorin West, which resulted in the civilian's death. Commissioner of Police Adekemi Ojo stated that no police officer took part in the operations, which was conducted by the Kwara State Environmental Protection Agency. The incident involved Kwepa officials, Tunde Akweku, who chased the suspected environmental law violator, Waris, who later collapsed and died at the hospital. Akwewu has been arrested and is in police custody. Following the death, angry youth set a Kwepa vehicle on fire and attempted to attack Adewale police station, but were repelled. Another task force official was assaulted but rescued by police authorities, urged calms and assured a thorough investigation. The chief imam of Jos, Sheikh Ghazali Ismaila Adam, offered prayer for peace, development and progress in Plateau State during the second anniversary of Governor Caleb Mufwang's administration. Speaking after Juma's prayer at the Jos Central Mosque, Sheikh Adam urged the government to implement policies addressing security challenges and economic hardship. He called on citizens to embrace peace and support the current administration's effort to promote harmony and infrastructure developments. Additionally, he encouraged Muslims to share food with non-Muslims during Eid al-Kabir to strengthen peaceful coexistence between religious communities. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezi Kalu, inaugurated by Abia State Chapter of Renewed Hope Partners on Sunday, June 1st, 2025. The event took place at the Bande Local Government Area Football Field in Bande Town, Abia State, beginning at 11 a.m. Renewed Hope Partners is a grassroots movement aligned with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, aimed at fostering citizens' engagement and support for the administration's policies. The inauguration featured the inductions of new members and a presentation highlighting the achievements of the Tinubu administrations over the past 2 years. The event was attended by key government officials, party stakeholders and community leaders, and was streamed live across ABN TV's social media platform to ensure wider participation. National School Owole in Imo State inaugurated the state-first ultra-modern ecological farm on May 29, 2025, sponsored by alumni Dr. Patrick and Mrs. Ngozi Mwakama. The farm aimed to promote sustainable agriculture, environmental protection, and practical learning for pupils by growing various nutritious crops. Local officials and community leaders praised the projects and encouraged other schools to follow suit, highlighting its potential to revive school farming and boost food security. A Benue-based Christian group, Concerned Christians of Benue State, has issued a warning against foreign interference in Nigerians' internal affairs, urging unity and vigilance. In a statement by Chairman Matthew Samuel, the group highlighted how foreign interest with local collaborators manipulates ethnic and religious tension, particularly in northern Nigeria, to destabilize the country. They criticized international human rights organizations for allegedly serving foreign political agendas through biased reports. The CCBS emphasized their unwavering commitment to Nigerian sovereignty and called on governments, civil society, and international partners to promote peace and accountability. They urged Nigerians to remain alert against misinformation and to stand united for a stable and prosperous nation. In a related development, at its 32nd annual general meeting in Otupo, Benue State, the Idoma Social-Cultural Organization, or Chetoka K. Idoma, elected former Vice Chancellor Professor Yakubu Ochefo as President General. Other newly elected leaders include philanthropist Chief Dr. Paul Ede as Secretary General and several others across key positions. Professor Ochefo pledged to prioritize security, youth employment, and cultural preservation, calling for strategic planning and unity among Idoma stakeholders. The AGM resolved to complete the long-delayed National Secretariat project through a 5,000 monthly levy and condemned rising insecurity in Idoma land. Delegates also annulled a disputed youth wing elections, mandated fresh poll, and adopted a 10-year development agenda, reaffirming unity as essential to progress. Former Environment Minister under Buhari, Barrister Mohammed Hassan Abdullahi, has resigned from the All Progressive Congress in Nasarawa State. Abdullahi submitted his resignation on June 1st to the APC chairman of Okewot, Karu local government area, citing personal reasons. Close associates suggest he may soon announce a new party affiliation as he prepares to contest the 2027 Nasarawa governorship election. Abdullahi expressed gratitude for his time in the APC, where he has been a significant political figure, including his previous role as a secretary to the state government under Governor Tanko Almakura. His resignation has caused concern within the state APC due to his influence and support base. Yobe State Governor Maimala Buni has highlighted significant progress in developing rural road infrastructure to boost agricultural productivity and business activities across the state. Speaking at a town hall forum with stakeholders from all 17 local government areas, Bumi emphasized the government's commitment to improving connectivity, which reduced transportation costs and strengthened the local economy. The event also showcased achievements in education, healthcare, security, youth empowerment, and infrastructure under the administration. Business mogul Aliko Dangote has praised Bayelsa State Governor Dauye Diri for creating a secure and investment-friendly environment. Speaking at the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between Dangote Group and the Bayelsa government, Dangote highlighted plans to collaborate on projects in oil and gas, agro-processing, and seaport development. He commended the state's support on his company's gas pipeline project and pledged to create jobs and train youths. Dangote described Bayelsa as rich in natural resources and expressed optimism that infrastructure development, including the Agay Deep Sea Port, will boost the state's economy. Governor Diri applauds Dangote for honoring his commitment and fostering strong partnership. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno has dismissed a resurfaced video circulating online, asserting that his family remains united and urging the public not to exploit past personal tragedies for political gain. Speaking in Oyo during the 60th birthday celebrations of former Deputy Governor Obong Nsima Ekere, Eno expressed dismay that a video from shortly after his wife's death last year was being circulated again just before his administration's second anniversary. He stressed that his focus remains on governance and serving the people of Akwa Ibom, warning detritus against politicizing personal grief. The governor appealed for respect for his late wife's memory, stating that the emotional toll on his children had been significant and should not be reignited. He also reiterated the family's matter should remain off limits in political discourse. Adamawa State Deputy Governor Professor Kaletakpa Farauta has urged citizens to support and pray for the continued success of Governor Amadou Fintiri's administration as it marks 2 years into its second term. Speaking during the Thanksgiving service at the Government House Chapel in Yola, Farauta highlights the administration development strides over the past 6 years. The event, attended by top government officials, featured prayer and messages of gratitude, with Reverend Habila Yunusa encouraging service rooted in faith as a part of lasting success. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television. Please don't go away.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At Taraba Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo Branch, opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing Branch, Zenith Bank Agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559.
Welcome back. We're glad you're still here with us. Coming up next are the international business, sports, and entertainment news. On the international news, renowned Kenyan writer Ngugi wa Thiong'o passed away on May 28, 2025 at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy of profound contributions to African literature. Born on January 5, 1938, Ngugi was a celebrated author and academic known for his influential works, including Weep Not Child and A Grain of Wheat. He was a fierce defender of human rights, speaking out against corruption, social injustice, and colonization. Ngugi played a crucial role in promoting African literature and languages, advocating for decolonizations of literature and pedagogy. He taught at several universities, including the University of Nairobi, Northwestern University, Yale University, and the University of California, Irvine. Ngugi won several awards, including the 2001 International Nonino Prize and the 2016 Park Nkwangni Prize, and was frequently regarded as a likely candidate for the Nobel Prize in Literature. May his gentle soul continue to rest in peace. On sad note, a man named Fawzi Zigoud from Frenda, Algeria, set himself on fire outside the Justice Ministry in Algeria to protect an alleged injustice. He claims a judge unfairly threatened him with a 10 years imprisonment for organizing an unauthorized fundraiser to cover medical treatment for the sick. Quick intervention by security guards saved his life, and he is currently in stable condition at the Algiers-born hospital. This incident is rare in Algeria, but Zigoud likely aimed to draw attention to the alleged injustice and prompt President Abdelmadjid Tebboune to intervene. On business news, Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chance have sold one of their San Francisco properties for $31 million in an off-market transaction, making it the city's most expensive residential sale for this year. According to Zillow, the 7,386 square foot home, built in 1928 and located near the Mission District and Dolores Heights, was originally purchased by the couple in 2012 for just under $10 million through a limited liability company. The recent sale was finalized on July 1st with the buyer listed as a Delaware-based LLC. The couple's spokesperson confirmed the sale, though they offered no comment. On entertainment news, controversial clergyman and entertainer Prophet Chukwuemeka Cyril, known as Odumeje, has announced his presidential bid for the upcoming general election. Speaking at a church service in Onitsha, Anambra State, Odumeje described his candidacy as a divine mission to liberate Nigerians with powers and wonders. He declared himself the lion, the liquid metal, and the war, destined to lead the nation out of bondage. Odumeje revealed he was choosing a returning mate from the north, but withheld the individual's identity, known for his dramatic preaching style. Odumeje's political party affiliation remains undisclosed. Report reaching us has it that Abuja's renowned comedian Sarkin Daria is set to host the 4th edition of his comedy show, Multiple Laughs, timed to coincide with the Salah celebration. The event, scheduled for Saturday, June 7, 2025 at Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja, will feature a lineup of prominent comedians including Cleans the Drunk, Dang the Humorous, Kenny Black, Agodai, and Charles Inoje, among others. A popular figure in Abuja entertainment scene, Sarkin Daria has built a strong connection following and is known for using comedy to promote good governance, organizing collaboration with Kwaro Band Entertainment and Transcorp Hilton. The Salah edition of Multiple Laughs is already attracting sponsorship and promise a lively evening to residents looking to unwind. In a related development, filmmaker and actress Pearl Nkiruka, popularly known as Pearl Watt, has highlighted Nollywood's role beyond entertainment, describing it as a significant source of employment for Nigerian youth. In a recent interview, she noted that the industry ranked third globally, sustains a broad ecosystem that benefits actor, producer, makeup artists, stylists, editors, food vendors, and more. Reflecting on her journey, she said her passion for acting was sparked by childhood experience, watching movies Despite early challenges, including being underestimated and approached by exploitative producers, she persevered with support from her family, what urged aspiring actors to remain consistent, improve their skills, and always be ready for opportunities. She also shared that fame has limited her ability to express herself freely in public, as her actions are often misinterpreted or sensationalized. On sport news, Nigerian-American basketball player Oswin, currently with Providence College in the U.S., donated 1 million naira to his alma mater University Preparatory Secondary Schools in Benin City during a visit aimed at inspiring students and giving back to his roots. He was warmly received by the school community and honored the school's proprietress with a special plaque in recognition of his achievements. The Crown Prince of Benin, His Royal Highness Ezeleku II, also hosted him and presented him with a royal bronze head. That's all for this edition of News at 9 p.m. from SOM TV. But before we go, here is a recap of the major headlines. National, Elon Musk has emerged richest on earth again with $423 billion fortune, while Borno stop blasts claim live as investigations are ongoing. International news. Ngugiwa Tongo dies at 87, leaves lasting legacy in African literature. Business news. Zuckerberg and his wife Chancel sell San Francisco home at $31 million. Entertainment news. Prophet Odumeje declares presidential ambition, says mission is divine. Sport news. Basketball star Oswin donates $1 million to Benin School, honored by Benin Crown Prince. Stay with us for more exciting lines of our programs and updates. Thank you for watching and good night.